We're going to get started practicing a color wheel, so putting together the primary and secondary colors. The purpose of creating your color wheels is to be able to just visually see how these color schemes work and why certain colors work well together and why certain colors don't work well together. So we're going to create the color wheel by starting out in your sketchbook. If you have some tape or something that you can trace or outline for a circle, go ahead and grab that and outline it, filling the page the best you can. If not, if you need to freehand a circle, that's fine, but try to fill the page so that you have those larger spaces to work with. And then at this point, you can see I broke up the color wheel here into 6 sections. So if you want to start out and just draw a horizontal line across the middle of your circle and then divide that into 3 sections and then just extend those lines out along the bottom to get your 6 pieces here of the color wheel. But right now I'm going through and labeling the different colors, so yellow, orange, red, purple, blue, and green. So make sure you do label those so you can fill them in as we're going. But we're going to start out and fill in all of the primary colors first. So the primary colors are the base colors that you're using to mix and create your secondary colors. So in your art kits you should have the primary colors, so blue, red, and yellow. Go ahead and fill those sections in. So here's the blue section, and I'm just going ahead and shading that in with the blue paint. And then I'm going to skip along here so you can see the yellow section getting filled in and the red section as well. So after you have those primaries filled in, you're going to need to start out mixing secondary colors. So I am beginning with orange, and I'm just grabbing some of the yellow paint and then a little bit of the red. Now the red is going to be darker, so you'll need slightly more of the yellow paint compared to red paint. Otherwise you'll get something like this that is more so tinted red. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of the yellow paint here after I wash off my brush and add that to the mixture to get more of a blue tone, or I'm sorry, orange tone. So I'm mixing that up and I have my orange color here and I'm going to go ahead and apply it to the orange section. And you'll notice that those 2 colors on either side of the color wheel, so the 2 primaries, are what you're using to mix the colors in the middle. So after that you can move on to the purple and green. So for purple I'm using red and blue to mix that color together. And then for the green I'm using the other 2 primary colors. So I'm grabbing some yellow next, adding a little bit of blue. Again, the yellow doesn't go as far as the darker colors, so I would use a little bit more of that yellow. And then I'm filling in the green section. And lastly, I'm going to grab the blue and the red to fill in the purple color. So I'm grabbing my plate again, using the red and blue, and these you can pretty much use an even amount of because they're both more the darker colors there. So you'll get that dark purple color. And I'm adding it into the last section. Once you have all of your colors filled in, you're going to go through and label the color schemes. So the color schemes that we're working with is Analogous and Complementary, and then Warm and Cool colors. So I'm going to go ahead and start by labeling the secondary colors first though here. So secondary for the green, orange, and the purple. So next go ahead and label the rest of the color schemes. So you can go ahead and label the cool and warm colors. So the warm colors are going to be yellow, orange, and red. So you can just draw a little line around them or label them each individually on the inside right on top of the color wheel. But those are the warm colors. And then the cool colors, green, blue, and purple. Make sure you label those as cool colors. Complementary, you can just pick any 2 colors to go ahead and just draw a line to and label. So I, in this video, am just drawing a little dot, drawing a line, and labeling it as complementary. But then after that, the last color scheme that you'll label is Analogous. So pick any 2 colors next to each other on the color wheel there, and just connect those 2 dots again, and label Analogous. So that way you have all these color schemes set up and labeled. So when you go on to your final project and future practice that we're going to do, you have those color schemes ready to go and you can just visually look at them to pick out your colors.